We're back with Yesinia and Rio. How you guys been?
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's been kind of rough out here with the law.
It's rough out here with the law enforcement.
Cops locking them up.
Yeah. They've been messing with all the homeless like real bad. I don't know, for whatever reasons, I don't know if it's just the boosting or the burglaries or whatever it is. A lot of times it's not even the homeless that's doing that shit. That's, they're thinking or they're putting on us, and then they just come and, bring the force on us for it.
So they're cracking down on the boosting from stores and thefts, is what?
Yeah,
and they're blaming the homeless for it.
Well, yeah, that was started with the Prop 36 shit when they changed the law. It wasn't as bad as far as like them arresting you right on the spot. You used to just get a cite and release, and they would let you go, and then you get a million cite releases every time they catch you with a warrant. Now you're going to jail, most likely, even if you got misdemeanor warrants. They take you to Laredo now to cite and release you. So it sucks. Like any run in with the law, you're most likely gonna lose all your shit. Because none of us have IDs. It just sucks, man. It's just a fucking man.
You went to jail recently for some sodas, right?
Yeah,
you were thirsty.
I went to jail like last Friday for I was going to get some sodas for us to drink, man. I went to Dollar Tree just to get some. And I mean, it wasn't actually, they couldn't give me the theft charges because they stopped me inside the store and patted me down inside the store and got me, but I had warrants. So I ended up going to jail for the felony warrants.
So it's rough right now here for the homeless, what you're saying?
Just like yesterday, there was where like a spot where all of us like hang out and gather up a lot of times. It's an old abandoned restaurant, and they've been like this past week just pulling up on us and spotlighting us, and then about 2-3 days ago they started stopping us, running our names, taking you to jail, and then it was yesterday morning they caught us sleeping over there. Yeah, like 2 or 3 days ago they caught us sleeping, and they were like, we got a letter from the mayor. From this point on, anybody caught on this property is going to jail. Yesterday they was out there. There was like 8 deep. They just parked. They had their cars lined up around the building. They brought code enforcement, threw everything away, stopping people and running their names just to stop them, man. Like, it's been bad. So like we've just been trying to just lay low and stay out of the way, man. Cause like I said, we most likely we go to jail. Actually, my warrants are cleared right now, so I got about 30 days, unless I decide to go to court, which I'm thinking I'm just gonna go to court this time, and because you can drag court out for a year or so, probably. If need be. The case that I have is it's kind of a fucked up case, man, and
is it
something that I
misdemeanor or felony?
No, they're felonies. I got caught on I bought a moped about a year and a half ago from somebody and asked him if it was stolen. Of course, he told me it wasn't. And so I wrote it like it wasn't, but fucking got pulled over and they couldn't find the VIN numbers on it. And I was telling them it was a highway patrol inside the city at 2 o'clock in the morning. Imagine that. Like, what are you doing in the city on Union in California at 2 o'clock in the morning, other than fucking with people, just to make people's lives a little bit harder and fucking, that was one step I had a little bit closer to getting a little bit forward, moving forward. It ain't much, but it was a ride,
Yeah.
Beach walking or riding a bus or, what I mean? So.
Yeah, and you paid for it.
I paid for it, and I didn't steal it. But they took it from me that night. They let us go because they couldn't find the VIN numbers to run right then. So technically, he couldn't charge me with theft or anything like that. Let us go. It's been about a year and a half. I haven't had no police contact like that. Well, cops raided our spot. Some shit happened at Home Depot, and they thought that one of the dudes that was there was him. So they raided our spot and fucking ran my name. And was like, I thought we were just going to get released. They were letting us go. They literally had one cuff off of me. And the other cop comes over that was running our names, and he was like, nah. he got a felony warrant, and that was like a felony warrant. He was like possession of stolen motor vehicle, driving with license suspended, and some other case. What was it? Possession of stolen motor vehicle and possession obtaining stolen property.
Right.
That's what I got. Which is
Yeah.
bullshit. That's 22 to me.
This is like a year later after you were
a
released
year
on
and a half
charge?
later, easily, probably more, if not. And I forgot all about it. She went to jail with me that day. She had warrants too. So I'm sitting in the car and I'm like, I cannot think of how they could get me with a stolen vehicle. I'm just like, I'm baffled because I haven't drove no car. I haven't got caught in a car. I'm like, and then she looks at me and she's like right as we're pulling into Laredo, she looks at me and she's like, the moped. And I was like, oh, ain't that a bitch?
Are you seeing other homeless being harassed by the law too here?
Yeah, every day.
Every day, yeah. I've been hearing that.
Jail this week and last week, at least 2 people, if not 3 or 4, have gone to jail every day.
Yeah, you mentioned a new law, Prop, what was it?
Prop 36.
36?
Yeah.
Do you know what changed with that law?
Basically, it's like if you got 2 prior convictions, then anything misdemeanor-wise, as far as like stealing, petty theft goes, I'm not sure if Prop 36 consists of like anything petty or anything misdemeanor. If you catch any 2 misdemeanors, it goes to felony. But I know with the petty theft, any 2 petty thefts prior convictions, though, they everything after that is a felony now.
So when you went, did they release you that day or?
Yeah, I was released. It took about 8 hours after I got booked in.
And you have an upcoming court date. You say you're gonna go to it.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go to it because it's just gonna be a continuance, and it stops the hassle of having to go to jail every time they run your name, and it's not like I'm gonna get fucking. They're not gonna lock me up when I go to court next month. You know what I'm saying? All they're gonna do is I'm gonna go in there for a couple hours. They're gonna continue it. Give me another court date a couple months from then. And I'll have, you know what I mean? I won't have the problem of going to jail whenever they run my name.
Yeah, well, I mean, you bought the vehicle. I mean, it seems like a hard. The burden of proof is on them to prove that you had knowledge that it was stolen in the first place. Apparently, you did, and you were told it wasn't stolen. So, have you heard of any new resources? It's just crackdown, nothing new to help you guys out here.
No, the same shit.
The hospital last time came over here, told us that they're doing detox.
Yeah.
The detox, and they offered us bed.
Oh, the hospital is doing free detox or through medical insurance?
Yeah.
Medi-Cal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine you'd have to have either like your family or some kind of medical.
Well, that's something. If you did want to, depends on if the person's ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're ready. I mean, which one was it? Omni? Was it Omni that came out and said that? Or,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it was Omni that came out and said they opened up a new facility.
I heard that in Oildale they have tiny homes, and they are allowing couples to move into the tiny homes. Have you guys heard anything about that?
I haven't heard nothing about that. No, that's definitely something like.
Yeah, I interviewed somebody last week, and they were saying that Oildale is basically almost the same town as Bakersfield, right?
Yeah.
But it's right next to Bakersfield. It's only a few miles away, and somebody was saying that they have a property with like 300 tiny homes on it that they just opened up, and they're taking applications, and you could even take couples. I believe that they could have pets there too.
Do you know if that was through like the government or through like?
I'll ask for you guys.
Yeah, that would be something.
All right, you guys. This was a quick update, man. Rio, I hope you luck on your endeavors with the law out here.
Yeah,
I don't think it's right that now that the homeless are being, harassed instead of, more resources poured into them.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like everyone I've talked to, there's more harassment and not any help.
Right.
yeah, a detox isn't much help. Detox is, I mean, it's a first step, but it's not much help for somebody on the streets to go in and detox and come out of the detox 7 days later and still be going through withdrawals.
And just coming back out here, period. Like, or just some kind of alternative for someone who, let's just say, isn't really ready to detox or get clean, but wants to start the process of maybe changing and integrating as far as like getting housing
Yes.
faster. I mean, something like that, where it's not so much putting a burden, but putting a responsibility on the person, or anything like that. It just seems like it's more targeting and more just, like you said, harassment. And it's obviously harassment.
When we're done with this, little interview, this update on you guys, I'm going to call the person that mentioned the tiny homes in Oildale.
Mhm.
And find out what the list is like, or maybe do some Google search for you guys.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And I'm gonna do a bunch of research on housing and how that housing works for homeless out here, and the resources for addiction issues, and I'll pass it along to you guys.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's been nice speaking with you. It's nice to see you guys. I hope everything works out for you guys. Take care. We'll see you again.
All right.